Welcome. I hope you're able to join us, and whether you're here now or here later, that will still be now. So you're here now, and we're now, and thank you for giving your attention. It's a special day. It's one of the Earth's 8 primary holidays. In one tradition, it's called Imbolc, another referred to as Candlemas, and then I grew up with Groundhog Day, and I have to say one of my favorite movies of all times is the movie called Groundhog Day, and it feels particularly relevant in this time when so many of us on the planet are in lockdown. And wow, what a Zen challenge to recreate each day anew as it really is without the other routines that we've had for a long time. It's such an opportunity for new creativity to be born and to really reflect. And I think of this time as a time of seeding. And here, I'm now in Santa Cruz, California, so I kind of don't know if I should share this with you, that I know we're in the midst of blizzard and other severe weather conditions, but at the moment, here we are already seeing the first signs of spring with this beautiful tree that is like forsythia, but it's a tree, it's all yellow, and I forget the name of it, and we even get daffodils in February, and just saw yesterday for the first time the frothy lace of, I think it's a decorative plum that blooms out here at this time, and just saw it yesterday. So whether you're at the beginnings of spring being manifest, or if you are just noticing the light has increased, you have a longer day, and it's a wonderful time for seeding. And so as I light the candle today for every day in Candlemas, and to invoke the light representing conscious awareness, maybe let's take a moment, breathe in, and reflect on seeds that you would like to plant for this upcoming season and beyond. And if you were here live with me, I would ask you to popcorn out the names. It could be peace, it could be joy, laughter, centeredness, whatever it may be for you, or a particular intention, or a particular desire that we can call prayer for the well-being of all beings. I think that's the one I'm going to do today for us collectively, for the well-being of all beings, for Mother Gaia and the greater systems that we're in, for the whole galactic group that we're part of and beyond, for the whole universe. So here we go. And you can light that in your heart, because the heart is such a, and I'm thinking of the Witchell peoples and the yarn art that you see back here. And for them, the deer represents that divine energy and love. So in reflecting on what is dear to us, and I'm going to share that one thing I'm very appreciative of at this very moment is my friend David, who's here behind the camera, and who has allowed this whole enterprise to get off the ground. And thank you so much, David. And I'm going to start in with a little bit of a very long poetic piece that came through, and I'm just going to start each time I'll give a little piece of it. And it's called the Eartheartist Way, which is the name that came to me for an endeavor that I have, which is elementary education. So elementary based on the elements, on the 5 elements of space and earth and water and fire and air. And what I say is that I'm looking at a poster. At some point I'm going to have these visuals available for you, but I'm not quite there yet. It says, Earth artistry is heart, and in the middle of the word of heart is the ear. That capacity to listen, which we could call on the elephant for a totem right now, because we sure could use more capacity to be able to be present and listen and just take in without judging or evaluating. What a gift we give to someone else through the art of listening. So, heart, centered, learning. And there again we find the ear, the core, L-E-A-R-N-I-N-G. Learning requires listening. For Earthians, and what are the first 3 letters of Earth but E-A-R? We're here to learn to listen. As one of my lyrics says from my other song called Planet, here to learn to hear, here to learn to planet, a planet without fear. But I'm going to go back to Earth artistry. Art from the heart for the earth, because O for the word O-H, U, the letter for the word Y-O-U, R for the word A-R-E, which together is, oh, you are our. We collectively are our earth, along with all the other species in the eco community, with Mother Gaia, the beingness, the extraordinary beingness that's given birth to all these extraordinary forms. The creativity that's just even here in this tiny little bit of the whole universe is extraordinary. So, okay. So celebrating that creativity today, the Earth Artist way. We are celestial, because we come from the stars, terrestrials, because we come from the earth, here to play our part in healing and revealing the magic of Earth's heart. We are grown-ups, children, awakening and feeling, voices of the planet, compassionate and healing. We are lovers and friends, guardians of the earth, not afraid of smiling because we know our cosmic worth. We say goodbye, adios, to the caterpillar of ego. Unity and oneness make more comfortable a pillow. We get a good night's sleep with a rested, peaceful mind, knowing we belong, because all is intertwined. We wake up and celebrate each and every day. At home in the heart, we found the mystic way. We're peaceful and free, feeling just fine. We are artists. We are artists, no longer doing time. We're prophets, poets, scribes and consecrators, athletes and scholars, scientists and shakers, teachers, farmers, women and men, preserving and conserving, because we know it's all on lend. We're thankful and fanciful. No, we belong. We're the universe awakening to the universe's song. Woo, woo, woo. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Mother Gaia. Thank you all, sentient beings. Woohoo! So, yeah, here we are. And, you know, the other holiday, of course, that's coming right up on the heels of this one very soon is Valentine's Day. So I'm looking forward to, I think, the next time we get together, focusing on the different kinds of love that get expressed here on this wonderful earth. So I came up with an idea that I want to share with you. And I think I may have mentioned this to a couple of friends. I'm not even sure. But it is, I feel like the biggest challenge and the biggest key to our healing and revealing the magic of Earth's heart and us moving from all the strife into a peace that's dynamic and plentiful and fun and powerful is that we realize we're not just this. And actually, I'm going to share, this just came through this morning. It's a little poem called Me. When I thought I was me, I could never be free. When I was a me, I yearned to be free. Now that I am that I am. Now I'm, as my mama used to say, as happy as a clam. No more dams to dam or complaint about fam, what is and what's not, or figure out a plot. Ironically, I'm glad to be me now that I know me is not me. Me is not who I am. So, what an invitation. Ooh, to take off that costume. You know, as Shakespeare said, we're players here and we get so identified with ourselves as actors, we forget that we're on a stage, that we're in a play. The Grand Leela, as some traditions have called it. And what if we expand our identity just to that place of realizing, oh my gosh, we're life on earth, we're mother, we come out of Gaia. I heard this wonderful talk by Alan Watts the other day, and he just articulated this so beautifully that we didn't just land here, we like a tree, like a carrot, like a forsythia, we came out of the earth. Isn't that wondrous? And there's another quote that I love that I've just been hearing a lot recently, that Einstein says we make the choice in the universe, or nothing is a miracle, or we choose to see that everything is a miracle. And I invite you to try that one on, because what I'm discovering is the more we come from there, the more that's what we do see and what is revealed. But I'm a bit digressing. So here's the challenge. How about if your full name was whatever your given name is, or whatever your name is that you use? So in my case, that first name would be Esther. And then how about if there's a second name, which it could be a spiritual name that maybe somebody gave you, or it could be a name that you just intuited really fits. Or I like to think of it as a name. What if you took a name from nature? So, willow, green grass, banana, whatever it may be. For me, it came as golden cloud. And that came many, many years ago. It didn't come from an outer teacher. And I remember I was driving down the New York Thruway, and I had a lot going on in my life then. And this opportunity to make lemonade from lemon, it's like that. It's like there's the clouds, which of course are also plentifully the source of life. Without the rain, where would we be? We know, and we love our rain. We had some today, but the cloud also can, can damp things down, and we can forget the sun behind it if the clouds are thick. But we have golden clouds where the sun shines through the the clouds, it makes the rainbow, makes the gorgeous sunrises and sunsets. So I invite you to take a moment and just spontaneously think of some aspect of nature that you could use as your middle name. And you don't have to stick with it. It can change as often, or you don't even, of course, this is all voluntary. This is just a game we're playing. And I'm inviting, and are you willing to be a participant?
With
David?
my voice, you mean?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
So, Mr. David, does any name come to you?
Hummingbird.
Oh, I love that. That's one of my favorites. Hummingbird is, there it is, right on the wall, the Witch-All version, one of them. So David Hummingbird, and what if you, how would you feel about sharing the last name of Gaia with me and with, I'm inviting the you of whoever is watching, for all of us.
10 people live.
Oh, cool. To all of you, my 10 fingers, waving appreciation, and spreading the word. Wouldn't this be a fun, contagious game? You know, I'm in an amazing program right now, and it's the 100 days of ancient secrets of ancient healing, and it's based on Dr. Naram, who was an amazing healer, who, I mean, from people like the Dalai Lama and Mother Teresa to everybody that came into his life that he could serve, he met with heart and service. And he said, I don't come to teach you, I come to love you. Love will heal you. And what if we could really take on being ambassadors of love on this potent day? As our, you know, most missions have this, I gotta it's like a goal. But what if instead of it being like a goal, we entered into this sense of a game with lots of delight and joy? And what if we were to anoint ourselves not only with a new name where we collectively share the same last name of Gaia that we share not only with all the other humans, but with all the other creatures, the flora and the fauna and the creatures in the sea and the air? And what if we have our own distinctive, individual first name, our own distinctive kind of hummingbird clan, cloud people, bears, deers, whatever that clan may be. And looking at the tribe, the natural tribe, there's not a competition. It all works together for the greater whole, holy whole. And we can choose to know that consciously. That's in astrology, the sun is conscious awareness. The light is conscious awareness. And I just feel so sad when I hear and see the dark being targeted and having projected on it words like, all the bads, the good versus the bad, and the good is the light and the bad is the dark. When the Nassim Haramein, cosmologist, sees the center of the star, the black hole, that's the womb, the creative womb, and the light emanates from it. They're not separate. It's an inside and outside. They're one. And we have taken this notion of light and made that kind of like, the top part of the piano, the soprano, oh, that's so good, we were going to ascend. And then there's the dark we've projected on these qualities like evil and, the worst, the nemesis gets, dumped. And it's had consequences, I think. I think the consequences are that because words do make worlds, that we linguistically have been conditioned to think of people of dark skin as being inferior and darker skin, of the night, and of the divine feminine, of all females, because we are the yin energy. That's the yin and the yang, the light and the dark. It's reflected in the seasons. It's reflected in that we get the rest at night. We're not meant to just be going all the time like some kind of hippity-hoppity bunny. Our rest is so important. Our receptivity isn't passive. Magnetic is attractive. It's an energy that brings to it, but not by pushing, not even by pulling, by being. And that being, that frequency, that vibration attracts. And this is the way nature works. This is the way the cosmos works. The earth has a north pole and a south pole. You look at an apple and you can see it's the torus, the double torus, the single torus. I'm just checking time here because we try to stay within about 30 minutes because we respect and know that you all have a lot going on. And I have to say I get enthusiastic and I lose track of time, which is a good thing in many ways, but we want to keep on it. So, wow, I didn't know I was going to spill all that out this morning, but it's something I'm really passionate about. One of my songs is called We Are the Great Mystery. And we are the dark, we are the light. We are love, we are delight. We are the dark, we are the light. We are love, we are light. We are the great mystery. And it goes on, and it's this unity. It's not the dark against the light, and it's not ignorance. I do understand, like in the wonderful teaching stories that come like out of the Sufi tradition, they're really brilliant. Like, you're not going to find your keys by looking under, the light on the street if you lost them in the next village. I mean, there's also the sense of light representing awareness and consciousness, and the dark experience, representing ignorance. I get that. I'm totally on board with that. But it's an incomplete story, because look at it. When we have the sun happening by daytime, it eclipses, it obscures our view of all the other stars. The myriad of stars in the heavens. It doesn't show us that context, does it? We get that through the dark, the black of night. That wondrous sense of great mystery. So I really, oh my gosh, somebody's walking out the window on the phone with a dog about the size of a pony. I've never seen it before. It's in my view as I'm looking at the camera and you. There's also a window next to it. So, so there we go. So may we all in our own way find that harmony and marriage between these energies of dark and light, both being divine. I love the teachings of Gaia and the Sophia Code. And Sophia is a name for the divine that was shared with Gaia as and in that, from that perspective, she is regarded also as being that dark womb where we realize we're nothing. That's the great liberation. We think that's the freedom. We think we want to accomplish become more and more and more and more. But it's only when the lesson came to me a long time ago that sometimes the less is the lesson. And more doesn't make it. It's a misfit. And the less that we are in our identity, ironically, the more that we become. It's the great paradox that the nothing is the everything and the everything is nothing. It comes out of it. So Let's go with, how's our timing? I know I want to end with a song called Transmit Love. And with 5 minutes, oh, I just do want to say though, this book by Clint G. Rogers, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, is magnificent. It has so many pragmatic suggestions for greater health and happiness, and it's written. It's his experiences that are woven into this, so it's so interesting. It's just so jam-packed. And on Sunday mornings at 8 Pacific time, on Facebook, there's a Facebook Live where people who have been participating with these healing secrets share their stories, and they are so amazing and inspirational. It's really a love fest. So you're invited. Okie dokie. And so speaking of love, let's just end with this song that's like a chant. And the chorus is, some verses then, and then the chorus, and you are invited to join in. Make this world a better place, transmit love each and every day, transmit love from morning to the evening, transmit love to the east, west, north, and south. Thank you, and I wish you a week of, and more, of laughter, light, dark, and most importantly, love. Good health, good joy, and may we just remember not to take it all too seriously. We can be responsible, but let's bring the joy back. Aloha.